We're down at the dips at New Brighton, and behind me is the railway line which takes the trains along from New Brighton station into Liverpool Central. But it's the Wirral line, and you may see a train going past here from time to time, but we've got a special feature for you now on the Class 507. 507001. It was the first ever train on Merseyrail of that class. It was the one that the Queen travelled in, and it's the one that's been doing a farewell tour. It spent the whole day with enthusiasts on board who'd all paid about £35 or £40 to be on it. It was fully booked from day one, so didn't get a chance to go on that. So I went into Liverpool on another train and went to Liverpool Central, where it had stopped for a little while, and you can see it in the station. And you can see that there's 001, which has been redone in the old livery, the original livery heritage, if you like. And then 003, which is coupled to the back of it, is in the more recent livery that the trains have been going round on. It's 001 that's going to be preserved and has been bought for £1. After that, I followed it along to Kirkdale. It did a sort of shunt round the sidings. I learnt that day that they like to get on every inch of track, so they were crossing from one line to another in the sidings, came back through sandhills. It absolutely shot through there, and that was the first time I'd really heard the horns full blast. Lots of enthusiasts, young and old, on the platform as it went through. When they got to New Brighton, which they did after passing through Birkenhead North and other places, New Brighton, they were having a lunch break, and the enthusiasts were making a queue to get in the cab and have a look around the cab and blow the horn. So people in this area who live nearby just kept hearing train horns for about an hour, hour and a half, because the enthusiasts were in there doing their bit. So that was a good day. We then went round to Hoylake and finally to West Kirby. I didn't have my little new mini drone out that day because the weather was foul, it was raining, and of course now it's a nice day. There's no old trains anymore to see, but I thought you might like to see this anyway. The new drone, which I bought recently when it was released on September the 5th, and I bought it within an hour. You don't need a controller for it. I don't even need to get my phone out and use DJI Fly. I can, if I can see in this light, pick
Droney.
Circle, right, we'll pick circle. So if I pick circle as an effect, I'm going to stand back a bit from Ruth with the camera because this is now going to circle around me totally autonomously. So I face it towards me so it knows where I am, and I put it on the palm of my hand and I start a countdown. I think that's the countdown.
2 meters. Circle. 3, 2, 1. Unable to take off. Aircraft in motion.
Really? I don't know. This is baffling me because it worked the first time I tried it. Try again.
2 meters. Circle. 3, 2, 1.
There you go. It's now going to circle around me. I don't do anything. It's totally autonomous, and it's going to show you the view out to sea as it goes behind me. And then it's going to show you the grass bank, which is over there. And you may even see Ruth in the shot if the camera's pointing the right way. She's filming me on the little pocket 2 over there. Okay, so now it's finished. It's hovering, trying to in the wind, and I want it to land. There we go. That was the demonstration eventually. The nearest station to where I live is Upton, but it's not a Merseyrail station, so if I want to get on a train there, I have to use a Transport for Wales service. The Liverpool Metro Mayor has promised us a new station at Woodchurch. On the potential future map you can see Woodchurch, but you can also see Baltic, which is the next one, and that's due to be started next year in 2025. In the meantime, I'm standing at Upton Station waiting for the train that gets me onto the rail network from here, and it's a Transport for Wales train that's come up from Wrexham. When the Transport for Wales train takes me up to Bidston, I then just walk over to the other platform and get a train heading into Liverpool. The only way we can know what Liverpool Baltic Station will look like so far is to look at the computer modelling done by the architects. This really does give you a good virtual tour of the new station. As I say, they're not breaking ground on this until next year, and it's expected to be completed within a couple of years. It's being built on the site of an older station that hasn't been running since, I believe, early in the 20th century. It's the old St James station. It's a semi-underground site, and the new Baltic station will therefore involve going down escalators to the track level, and it'll be on the Northern Line and positioned between Liverpool Central and Brunswick Dock. Two stations further out towards Hunts Cross from Brunswick, there's Egbert Station, where I actually got off the train, and I couldn't help noticing that on the board on the platform, Baltic Station already exists. Even though it won't be built and ready for at least 3 years, it tells you today how many minutes it will be taking you to get there. Just don't expect to get off the train there anytime soon. So a walk in the park, and this one is just on the outskirts of Mold in Flintshire. Mold is the county town of Flintshire. The headquarters of Flintshire County Council are here. There's one of the best markets in Wales, and we'll take a look at that in a moment. The history here, well, it was important in the Industrial Revolution. I think it was the first cotton mill that they had here. The town has a bus station. There's no railway anywhere near here, so you have to come in by bus. Most of the buses over the years have kind of dwindled away, but there's still a few left running. So here it is, a quick look around Mould in Flintshire, North Wales.
Telford Town Park. We invite you to become an intrepid explorer as you navigate through our rainforest and desert to find out what's lurking in the dark in our nocturnal zone or meander through our farmyard. Never has an understanding and appreciation for our natural world been so important, as mankind uses up the world's resources and pushes animals who walk the earth alongside mankind to extinction. Join us as we hope to inspire and engage the next generation to want to care and repair the wondrous planet we call our home.
All right. 1, 2, 3, and one for thee. There we go. Good afternoon, everybody. These are the Asian short-clawed or Asian small-clawed otters here at Exotic Zoo. They look cute. They're actually incredibly scary, so you will notice I'm dancing around like because they got mouths full of jagged teeth, and not to mention lots of nasty bacteria. There we go. Right. They come from
Asia.
Point to the gentleman at the end there. There we go. So they can be found in South and Southeast Asia, China round to India round to China, down into Indonesia and Sumatra as well. They enjoy a habitat of wetlands, lakes, streams, ponds, canals, and they're incredibly well adapted to that aquatic lifestyle. And they've even got cute little web feet which allows them to displace more water, meaning they can swim at speeds of up to around 8 miles an hour. I know 8 miles an hour doesn't sound particularly fast when some of you lot are gunning it at 40 through a 20, two in particular, I know. However, I challenge anybody to walk at 8 miles an hour for a sustained period of time, and you'll soon see just how impressive it is. So if you have otters, you have a relatively decent standard of water, because otters need fish. Fish need invertebrates, and invertebrates need water that isn't full of shocking amounts of pollution. So if you have otters on your waterway, your water is fairly decent. Well, I wouldn't recommend drinking it necessarily. An otter's poop is called a sprint, and it absolutely hums because they eat mainly fish all day. But it's kind of cute because when they do their sprints, their poop, they do a cute little bum wiggle at the same time. Don't know why I just did that for you all. You could have imagined it, couldn't you? I'm not saying it'll be the highlight of your day, but as you walk up and down this hill, keep your eye on that corner over there, and you may well catch him doing a little poopy bum wiggle, okay? So, Savannah, can you just hold the locust's legs like that? Perfect. Now, Pele is what we call an ambush predator. She sits in her branch, still like a statue. Can we all be still like a statue? And she waits for food to come to her. A bit like Just Eat or Deliveroo. Other food delivery services are available. So, when she does see that bug, her eyes lock on. You nearly forgot to let go then, Savannah, didn't you? Well done. Can we have a round of applause for Savannah? There we go. And if you carefully make your way back down, Savannah.
This is a boating lake at New Brighton. The model boat people are mainly here on a Wednesday, a Friday and a Sunday. Today isn't one of those, so there's nothing much going on here, but I have been filming here earlier. I think we came on a Friday last time, so this is the lake. I'm just going to walk around it, and the drone will follow me because it's a selfie drone. So, okay, so here we are by the boating lake. Nothing going on, so let's go and look at that Friday footage. stayed overnight in Skipton to get a full day there and see what it had to offer. Started our day with breakfast in Wetherspoons, and there's a picture inside on the wall of what it used to look like in the old days. Hasn't changed that much really. We came to Skipton a couple of months ago to check the place out very quickly on a day trip on a train, and this time we decided to stay a bit longer. My wife was meeting up with some colleagues to go off on a 3-hour boat trip with lunch on board, and I made my own way about the town to see what was what. It was dreadful weather the last time we came, well that was summer, and now it's autumn. A nice day and everybody's sitting outside the pub and feeding the ducks and so on. Yorkshire cricketer Freddie Truman was born in 1931, has a statue in a public area here by the canal. And in case you didn't know what he was most known for, I think the statue shows him in action, and you probably can guess from that. Craven Court is the only shopping centre in Skipton. It's described as a boutique shopping centre, and I'm never quite sure what that means because we stayed in Skipton in a boutique hotel and I couldn't tell what was special about it at all. Anyway, Craven Court, the only shopping centre in Skipton, was developed originally from a 16th century theatre. It looks nothing like it now. The good thing is it's on 2 levels, there's plenty of shops, some of them quite quirky, it's all undercover, and there's plenty of places to eat and drink if you get there early enough. Which I didn't because shopping isn't the top of my list of things to do, but I did have a wander in here and wished I'd seen it earlier. All the places to eat and drink were just closing or already closed by the time I got there. Out on the high street there's the town hall, which is home to the Craven Museum, and also a concert hall which has a programme of events. And at the top of the high street there's the entrance to Skipton Castle. Cost you, I think it was £12 to get in there for the day, £1 less for seniors. Not a great discount. Next door to that is the Holy Trinity Church, which won't cost you anything, although there is a donation box and a card reader for donations, which we didn't spot until we were leaving. We then started to look round at the pubs as we were wanting somewhere to have an evening meal, and in the middle of a roundabout at the top of the high street there's the cenotaph. 2 statues are seen here, one at the bottom and it's Statue of Victory that's right at the top. We eventually chose to eat at the Black Horse because there was a sign saying it had a terrace at the back overlooking the canal. That seemed the perfect place to sit and have our evening meal. Skipton has 4 market days and they take place on the high street, which doesn't have to be closed because there's plenty of room on either side, unlike the mould market that we saw earlier, where they have to close the street to operate the market, and that's only on for 2 days a week. That's all from Travel Tuesday for this month, and that's our visit to Skipton. I'm taking the bus out of here, so no doubt you'll find me somewhere else next time. Well, here we are again at the Burnley bungalow, and before we actually have a quick look at the bathroom, because that's where most of the work's been done, I'm interested in testing the DJI Pocket cameras again. The Pocket 2 is currently taking my picture now. It's the one I've been using for a few years. Steve owns the DJI Pocket 3, so I'm going to actually swap over cameras and move on to his camera. Now I'm using the first generation DJI mic. The DJI Mic 2 comes with the Pocket 3. It's all numbers, isn't it? So I'm going to say cut on this one and reappear on the Pocket 3. Welcome back, and this is the Pocket 3, but I'm not using the DJI Mic 2 because we've just found out it wasn't charged up. So what you're hearing me now on is the built-in mics, which are supposed to be much better on the Pocket 3 than the Pocket 2. So this is a worthwhile test anyway. And I'll be back a little bit later once we've charged up DJI Mic 2. See you later with that. Going back a few months, we did discuss the position of this bungalow up against Burnley Woods, and on this visit I was talking to Steve's wife about the design of the kitchen, as the designer had been in the previous week, and I assumed that she'd had plenty of say in how the kitchen was going to be designed. It turned out that she had a lot more than that to say about the whole thing, as she spotted the bungalow herself during a walk through the Burnley Woods some time ago, and she suddenly got this vision of how a bungalow like this could be developed and what it could look like. So unknown to me, the whole of this bungalow design was her idea, and no doubt she's looking forward to it being completed next spring. Just before the bathroom, let's look at things structural. First of all, that the extension and the original building have to be tied in by building regulations. That's done here. And new lintels are turning up and doors being moved, ready for the internal work. For my own interest, I wanted to know how the kingspan insulation was held up inside the beams, and Steve took this shot showing the timber supports that hold it in place. Turning on the work lights in the bathroom, let's see how that's been going on. Round to the right, where you will see the window which opens out onto the woods at the back if you wish to open it. You then pass the area where the toilet will be, and then the dividing wall which takes you into the area for the shower. There's a couple of design points that I noticed here. First of all, the amount of backlighting, which helps to create the mood in the bathroom that's desirable for a relaxing time. And the second thing is the immaculate work done by the tiler, who's made all the seams where you would normally see grout lines more or less invisible. You can see where the overhead shower fittings will be, but this will not come to fruition until the ceiling is in place. This bit of background lighting obviously designed to shine on your feet, and you can see the slits on the right where the water will drain away. The contrast panel behind the bath is also well lit, and if we look closely at that, you will see just how good the tiler is at finishing off the corners and the edges. And these are the floor tiles, and again you can't really see grout lines, they're almost invisible. So I'm back on the DJI Pocket 3, and this time I've got DJI Mic 2. We're back at Steve's old bungalow because he's been charging the mic up in his office, and so I've finished my little tour for the day. Mainly the bathroom I've seen, and the site's been cleared, and I've had a play on one of the machines, but don't tell anyone, the builders weren't there. Anyway, that's my visit to Burnley, a short one this time, but I've got a visit to Bulgaria as a plan now, so I'm going to have to say goodbye. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm one of Brian's AI assistants who's looking after things while he sets off across Europe. My colleague is currently going through Brian's video clips to see what we can show you while he's traveling. Let's start with some wall art that he found at St. Helens Junction railway station.
Hey everyone, I'm Ada. Today, we're diving into Brian's video library to find some hidden gems. Join me as we explore a collection of clips that Brian has filmed and not had time to show you yet. Let's start with a visit to the RAFA Club in Birkenhead, where they hold one of the farmers' markets that Brian visits regularly. He said has spotted this interesting bike sidecar combination, and his notes suggest he might do a feature on two-wheelers in the future. Back in 2022, a friend of Brian's showed him a box bike he was restoring. It was an electric bike with a small compartment and a seat in it that he used to give rides to his grandchildren. Unfortunately, Neil passed away in 2023, but the box bike has survived to be passed down through his family. Brian filmed this test drive on the car park of a disused railway station on the Wirral. Hadlow Road Railway Station is at Williston on the Wirral Way, where there is a nice cafe with tasty food, still operating on the platform. This next clip was taken last week when Brian went for a cup of coffee on a dull and rainy day. He was surprised to find some kind of film unit using the old ticket office, so he went to investigate. It turned out that the BBC were filming for their children's program Andy and the Band. Now Brian is on his way to Bulgaria. I've been looking into his personal videos that he wouldn't normally want to show you. I found this clip where he has been for a meal with some friends in their back garden. There was a litter of young cats roaming about the garden, and Brian is known for his love of cats. It is no surprise that the cats were also happy to settle down with him. I hope he won't mind me showing you this. Perhaps I should point out that I am only auditioning for this job on Brian's team. He really wants an AI with an English accent, but none have applied for the job yet. I don't think he's keeping me on.
In which case, can I step in? My name is Jordan, and I'm happy to try out for this job. And I should get on well as I spend my life in coffee shops. Looking through Brian's video footage, he seems obsessed with wall art. Here's some more, this time from Woodside Business Park in Birkenhead. Brian's notes show that he was only in Birkenhead to get a shot across the river to Liverpool, as there was a cruise liner in on the day.
You're watching the AI takeover for the Maythorn Monthly, and my name is Alex. Brian is on his way to Bulgaria, and we are rooting through his personal video clips. I don't think he has ever told anyone, but he has had a thing about mermaids since he was a small boy. So imagine his surprise when he was visiting a mind, body and spirit show in Port Sunlight when he came across a mermaid just sitting there on her bed. He couldn't help wondering if she could actually swim in water. So when he got home he googled her name and found some video on YouTube that showed her doing just that. That's all we have time for, so we will end by showing you a photograph that a friend of Brian's sent over from Bulgaria. Raphael sent this picture of the house that Brian has been renovating, and you can see more of that next month. Goodbye for now.
И накрая да кажа няколко думи на български. Брайан няма да разбере и дума от това, но ми вярва. Има много притеснения относно изкуствения интелект, но той наистина е под човешки контрол. Брайан може да ме накара да говоря на всеки език с няколко щръквания на компютъра си и също така ми казва какво да кажа. И приличам ли на някой, който се интересува от световно господство? What I just said was that I am not interested in world domination and Brian is supervising me and telling me what to say. And now he is telling me to say goodbye. So maybe I will see you next month.
Gracias por ver el programa mensual de Maythorn. Brian y yo volveremos el mes que viene, si me lo permite. Adiós.
Thank you for watching the Maythorn Monthly. Brian and I will be back next month.
Hi, I'm Francesca. I have learnt how to speak with an English accent so that Brian will use me again. I hope to see you next month. It looks like Brian has arrived in Bulgaria, so I will let him have the final words on the matter.
I always think it's nice to have the final say on the matter. Thank you very much. You've been watching the Maythorn Monthly. We've been all over the place, as you may have noticed, and I have been travelling to here, which is Bulgaria, so I let the AIs take over. Don't worry about them, they're not really intelligent. They just basically say what I tell them to say. So no real takeover is taking place here. See you next month when we'll explore Bulgaria and you'll get to see all the places we go to.